Welcome, Panem, to the glorious reaping of District 12.
Every once in a while, a trailer drops that doesn't just tease a movie, it reignites a world you thought you had already said goodbye to. And when Lionsgate finally released the first look at the Hunger Games Sunrise at Harvest, that's exactly what happened. I didn't expect to feel that spark again, the adrenaline, the dread, the fascination with Panem's cruelty, but the moment this trailer started rolling, I was right back in it. And if you're here with me now, don't even think about clicking away. I promise, you're about to feel the full impact of this return to one of the most brutal chapters in Hunger Games history. And hey, drop your thoughts below as we go. This one is going to stir up real debate. It's been 10 years since Katniss Everdeen's story came to an end in Mockingjay Part 2, a decade since rebellion set Panem on fire, but Suzanne Collins wasn't done. Instead, she turned back the clock way back. First came the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, set during the 10th Games. And now, she's dropped readers straight into the 50th Hunger Games, better known as the Second Quarter Quell, the bloodbath that made Haymitch Abernathy a victor and a cautionary tale. And now that story is coming to the big screen. The trailer opens with Glenn Close's Drusilla preparing to reap 4 tributes from District 12. You heard that right. For this quarter, Quell capital double stacked the cruelty, doubling the number of tributes in an already impossible fight. And as Drusilla pulls the names, the camera cuts fast Haymitch Abernathy, played by Joseph Zada, Maisel Donna, portrayed by McKenna Grace, and Wyatt Callow, played by Ben Wong. The escort walks them toward the cornucopia, and from the second their feet hit the arena, the tone shifts into pure chaos. We get a rapid-fire montage of familiar faces reimagined for a younger Panem. Lenore Dove Baird, Haymitch's love interest, played by Whitney Peake, a young Plutarch Heavensby, portrayed by Jesse Plemons, a middle-aged President Snow, embodied by Ralph Fiennes, and even a young Effie Trinket. Yes, Ellie Fanning steps into that role with a surprisingly eerie precision. But the real star of the trailer is the arena, the deadliest iteration the games had ever seen up to that point. Unlike the mechanical nightmares of later years, the Second Quarter Quell is set in what looks like a peaceful meadow. But don't be fooled. That meadow is a death trap. Flowers that appear harmless, venomous, animals that look gentle, predatory. And right there in the center, the arena's beating heart, is an active volcano. And if you know catching fire is law, you know exactly how high the stakes are. We see firestorms ripping across the grasslands, poison drifting through fields, tributes falling, collapsing, fighting for seconds of life. This is not stylized violence. It's raw, chaotic survival. And in the middle of it all is Haymitch, already showing the blend of sharp instinct and bitter cynicism that would define him decades later. The trailer gives us glimpses of alliances, Haymitch with Maisel, Haymitch with Ampert, Haymitch trying desperately to trust people in a place designed to punish trust. Some moments echo scenes described in Catching Fire, but the movie wisely avoids revealing too much, especially about the game's turning points. Unlike the book, the trailer barely hints at how Haymitch wins, and honestly, that's a smart move. The mystery will hit harder in the full film. What does get highlighted is the totem that becomes essential to his victory, a flint pendant shaped like a snake on one end, a mockingjay on the other. For fans who devour symbols, this is huge. That totem becomes the poster, the logo, the identity of the film. The trailer also sneaks in something that will make longtime fans stop breathing for a half second: Woody Harrelson's voice at the very end. The original Haymitch, older, broken, sarcastic, narrating the final words. His involvement isn't confirmed yet, but that voice cameo? Yeah, that's intentional. That's Lionsgate telling you this prequel is deeply tied to the trilogy you grew up with. And now, let's talk about the elephant in the arena. We know Haymitch survives. We know he wins. But that doesn't make this movie predictable, not at all. Because the Second Quarter Quell wasn't just another Hunger Games. It was the most vicious games in Panem's early history, one that traumatized a teenager so deeply he never fully recovered. Seeing it unfold visually, with modern effects, with this scale, with this cast, it's going to hit differently. The trailer does exactly what it needs to. It doesn't spoil the plot. It doesn't reveal the traps. It doesn't show the anthem moment. It just sets the tone violent, haunting, emotional, and filled with dread. And that's the soul of Collins' writing. Not action, not brutality, consequence. The trailer leans hard into that. It shows the beauty of the arena, a field of flowers, a perfect sky, only to twist it into a nightmare. It teases relationships that will matter deeply, only to show flashes of betrayal lurking beneath. It showcases the capital at its most manipulative, Snow watching the games with fascination, Plutarch already studying the spectacle like a puzzle he's determined to solve. The question on everyone's mind now is whether this movie will redefine the franchise the way the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes did. Will it honor the darkness of Haymitch's story? Will it expand Panem's lore in a way that feels organic, not forced? The early signs? Very promising. The trailer has energy. It has danger. It has emotional weight. It has mythology. It has fan service done right. And best of all, it feels like a story worth telling. The Hunger Games: Sunrise at Harvest hits theaters November 20th, 2026, exactly 1 year from now. And honestly, it might become the most important Hunger Games film since Catching Fire. Stick around, because the closer we get, the wilder these breakdowns are going to get. You won't want to miss what's next.